What is up, everybody? It is episode 26 of the fAnaticZ podcast. Uh, Back in your life one more time. It's Damien.
Franco.
Dylan over here.
And we finally got a win, a clutch time win, man. Thank God for the Phoenix Suns. Thank God for Kevin Durant. And you haven't got Budenholzer during whatever period of time that was.
Thank God for Colin Gillespie.
Yeah, literally. I mean, dude comes out of nowhere and comes super clutch in the
Like
fourth quarter.
he's been on the bench most of his entire tenure up in the league, and then he basically sparks the comeback.
See what happens when you play the other people on your bench.
Or better yet, the guys that really have nothing to lose other than the fact is like, hey, here's an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, win's a win, and it was impressive coming back down like that. But we've seen it a couple times, and we're just not like blowing away teams out like we should. I mean, I'm still trying to remain hopeful with this team, with Dallas being 3.5 ahead of us at the moment, with about 20 games left, with Kyrie and AD out now. But I don't know. This, I mean, it's just hard to tell with this team, you know.
100%. 'Cause I mean, realistically, if we play the way we can, we could catch even Sacramento. But I need to see more of what we saw the other day. It can't just be a one-time occurrence. Like we can't let leads get away from us. But it is encouraging to see that we were down 23, didn't give up, literally mounted the biggest comeback in franchise history, and we honestly beat a team that is going to do decent in the playoffs.
Always seems to be the Clippers though that seems to blow big leads.
We always seem to beat the Clippers too. That's why I wasn't worried. Dude, I cashed out a bet that had the Suns winning as the last leg because they were just so down. And then I
Oh,
looked and I watched the game and I was like, oh my god, no, they're gonna win, huh?
dude.
But
Bro,
that's my level of trust with them right now. It's like I cashed out, like, oh, the Suns at the last leg and they're down by fucking a quadrillion. They're not gonna come back. There's no way they can come back.
But I mean, and seeing if we've lost to teams like Toronto and New Orleans, how are we gonna freaking how would you believe that we would have mounted that comeback against a good Clippers team?
defense. That's what started it, really. And then making clutch shots. I mean, those threes were making. I mean, the way we came back, we lived and died by the three, and we lived another day. So the shots fell in, and we played defense for once.
And not to mention, it's like as usual, you had guys like, Bol step up, and then Colin Gillespie's fourth quarter. We need more of that. We need Bud to have trust to go deeper into his bench. And I think, honestly, it's been shown and he's been rewarded that when he does go to his bench, it's worked out. But it just needs to be more consistent. Because anytime we get one guy going, there's two or three more guys that have bad nights.
Yeah, I don't care who has a good or bad night at this point. They just need to figure out winning. Whatever works winning wise, do that, please. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
so
And
sick
I
and
mean,
tired of losing games.
every other day, there's like a new story surrounding the Suns. And I love the fact that, KD is going against the narrative.
That man battling, he's battling the media at it's a full time job for KD.
Well, I mean, it's 100% like against what everybody's saying that, oh, KD's just going through the motions. He hates it. He's going to end up being traded. But it's just like that doesn't sound like a guy who's going to be or knows who's on the way out. Because I mean, he looks like he still loves it here.
Yeah, and he said something interesting to me, or something that was interesting. He said why is it not coming to me now? I was just thinking about it when you were talking. Freak. Um, Something along the lines of Fuck, I totally forgot what he said, but it was encouraging. After the game, he was talking and Bud was talking, and I kind of just got the sense that he's like not tripping. He's not like looking to escape Phoenix. He wants to get it right the ship and figure it out and kind of like stay here. I'm getting the vibe from KD that he wants to be in Phoenix and that the media is just using his past to kind of make it seem like he just wants to jump ship after one bad season.
Right. And I mean, to go along with that, you know how the exchange where, oh, Bud grabbed KD's wrist and that was blown out of proportion. You had KD come out and say at the end of, the whole blow up, it's like, why don't you guys show the positive
That's what I was thinking
aspect?
of when he said, yeah,
We,
show us
we
high
were,
fiving on the bench and stuff. Yeah.
we were slapping hands. We were happy for one another, but you guys don't talk about that. You just bring up the negative. You see the negative, and that's where you attack. So I love that he put that to rest and said, that there's a lot of things behind the scenes that nobody's talking about, and everything else is being blown way out of proportion.
It's true. Go ahead, Dylan.
Were you talking about like when he was talking about the fans' energy from the comeback? He was
No,
giving the
I was,
fans.
I was talking about what Frankie said, where he's saying that the media goes so hard on the criticism, but they don't show the
Oh,
moments where they're slapping hands and praising each other. And that's what I was thinking of, but it just, I don't know why. I just had a freaking the biggest mind blank of all time. But Devin Booker was talking about Colin after the game, and he was just talking about how it's a cool story and how he's proud of him and stuff. And I think that's gonna light him up for Colin to play more, aggressively and get after it more. Because when the best player's saying, "Yo, this guy worked so hard, I'm happy for him," big boost.
Well, not only that, but it's just like another thing that KD even said about Colin Gillespie is no matter what, if he's sitting on the bench the entire time or if he's just, he's a presence, like he's being vocal in the locker room, he's challenging guys, like he's still acting in the moment as if he's on the starting five.
I wonder if there's bets to see if the Suns are gonna make the play in or not.
I mean, saying earlier we were 3.5 from Dallas, and then they both play tomorrow night. So I mean, we could be a game and a half if we bounce Dallas on Sunday, and if they lose and we win tomorrow.
We got to beat Denver.
Yeah, we got to be at Denver tomorrow, and I believe they play Memphis tomorrow. So,
Do you guys think that we have a shot? I feel like if we lose tomorrow, it's a wrap.
It's definitely going to be it's going to be a big game, and it's going to be, as you said, a really big, can we get over the hump? Because, I mean, we saw in the game against Memphis that, yeah, we can play these big teams, but it doesn't matter if you can't beat them in a 4-game set or if you can't even, the worst thing about the Memphis game is we had them and we blew it with under 5 seconds to go, not only in regulation, but in overtime. That hurts, but I mean, at the end of the day, we need to get those wins.
I feel like from now on, every game kind of has to be a playoff atmosphere. Like you were saying, like a few seconds ago, really can't lose. So,
The fans need to bring that same energy that they brought, as KD mentioned. Like when that place is pumping, like you can even you can even feel the atmosphere through the TV. Like that. I mean, it is Suns. That's what they can do.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the fans, myself included, have been going to games all year, putting maximum energy in and being hella disappointed. So after a while of getting disappointed like that, you can't keep that same energy. They got to win some games, man. They got to tough it out, and the Suns and the fans will automatically come back. Phoenix, Arizona, the fans are pretty trash in all areas, in my personal opinion. I know everybody's gonna hate me for that, but Suns fans are the best of the bunch. So they'll show up when the team really needs them.
I mean, we still have a shot, and I mean, given everything that's happened this season, that's all you can kind of ask. But I just kind of wonder. It's just like is Beal going to be available for any of it, or are we better off like not rushing him back?
He's already questionable for tomorrow, so it's just very ridiculous at this point.
I think if they know he's hurt, like for real, then just shut him down.
Or see
And
a different doctor.
or yeah, for sure.
Like, what
Second
fucking
opinion.
doctor is
Yeah.
diagnosing him and then telling him, oh, only a week, and he gets fucking hurt again? I don't understand.
Well, it's like we've talked about before, guys. Like, I don't know what's happened to the Suns med staff, but it used to be top notch.
Yeah, now it's not. Yeah, I mean, we could really use Bradley Beal. He was playing really good the last couple games, and yeah, we need that. We need everybody because every team, like we said before in the last podcast, is loaded up. So we gotta stay healthy.
I wonder if he, like, somehow for being like a multimillionaire, he has like shit insurance and the doctor's just simply screwing him over.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, it's a mystery, but you can't be making his kind of money and have his availability.
Yeah, when you're
Yeah,
making 40 million, almost 40 million a season, dude, it's just ridiculous.
Like
That's
if
all I can
nothing
say.
else,
Is just ridiculous, dude.
if nothing else, like if you know you're not putting your bargain, at least restructure a little bit.
maybe we will. Because we need to be able to make some moves because this team ain't good enough as is right now. And as easy as it is to blame Mike Budenholzer, it's like they didn't work with Frank Vogel either. So
Yeah, we can't keep blaming the coaches.
I mean, we can, but we like sometimes we gotta look at the players too. But at the end of the day, if this coach, he seems like he's pissing the players off, kind of. Like that's been like the feeling I've been getting the last couple months. It's like he's been making the players mad for some reason. I don't know.
I mean, it's one thing, it's another. The only thing that is true, or the only people that know exactly what's going on, are the players and Coach Bud. Like we've talked, I think there's a lot less drama than's being portrayed, and I think the guys and the team's a lot closer than that's being reported every single day.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, these people need stories to run for their jobs. So if there's nothing happening, they can take something that might not even be a big deal and spin it for headlines and a story that'll make them, more successful as like a journalist or whatever.
As Katie would call it, clickbait. So
I was gonna say for tomorrow, Katie's gonna have to stay on that, you know, that tear that he's been on all year. He's in his last 10, and I mean, which is the majority of the year, he's averaging like 27 points.
Yeah, he's going off. He's playing great.
yeah, that's KD anywhere, any game, any season. That's just KD. But like we've been mentioning all season long, it's the turnovers, the blown leads. Like he can score 30 a night, and Book can score close to that too. But it's like, is it producing wins? For the most part, no.
The crazy thing is, if they just played 10% better defense, they'd be a really good team. They just can't seem to focus on the defensive end every game.
What they have to do is watch film in the fourth quarter repeatedly over and over again, practice that in the gym, and keep doing that. Honestly, whatever they were doing and how they were lining up on the floor worked. So, if obviously if it's fixable and if that worked, keep doing it. Hopefully, it stops other teams. So,
Jeez.
But yeah, not. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed, like that when we had Frank Kaminsky in here, we didn't keep him because I feel like he would have been a guy that on every single night would, inspire guys to keep going. Like everybody had a different energy the other night that we hadn't seen in a long time, like at least before Christmas. It looked like they actually enjoyed playing basketball again in that comeback, and they were playing for one another. And we like, where has that been? We need to keep it, and that's going to be our chance.
I think the NBA has gone too far away from defense. Everybody's just shooting a million threes, and which is, I mean, how we won the game. But at the end of the day, it's like we can't win a bunch of games like that. We need people on the team that are good at playing defense.
But I mean, like we got guys that we knew or didn't know what they were capable of on our bench because they've just been sitting, and then the minute they're plugged in, good things happen.
Right, these guys are NBA players. They just need a shot. That's why it's up to the coach and the GM to be like, "Hey, dude, you're not playing these players. Play them."
I was gonna say it's gonna be really interesting to see how the. I mean, we still got 20 games left, so there's still about a lot of season left to play. But it's really gonna be intriguing to see how Matt Ishba and James Jones approach the offseason, given depending on how where we finish, we still need to address the depth and the usage.
Yeah, for sure. I'm interested to see if we don't make the play in, who gets fired. You know, is it James Jones? Is it Budenholzer? Is it a clean sweep? Do we trade KD?
I think I don't. I mean, Katie was rumored to possibly go to the T Wolves, but that was a report today. Like they could revisit that trade talks and discussion. But if we make the playoffs, I don't see why they would revisit that discussion. It really all just depends if we make it in or not. But overall, if there's someone to get the can, probably James Jones.
I agree.
So I feel like if you just keep bringing in these coaches and hoping it works and just fire them after one season, that's not a great look for a
No,
franchise.
not only that, but it's like coaches alike and players are going to see that and be like, why do coaches keep being brought in and then let go so soon?
Yeah, we can't fire Bud right away. I mean, unless this same thing continues the whole season, I don't really see how you can bring him back. But if we do decently enough and it just doesn't really seem like it's his fault, you can't really fire him because yeah, we just fired Frank Vogel and he's one with the Bucks, and you just can't fire him right away. It looks crazy, but not HB is crazy enough to do that though.
Well, and it's just like, who are you going to bring in, or who is going to want to come into that situation?
A young coach. That's what I want. I want a young new guy. Like the young new guys are the coaches in the NBA that are doing well right now. The old veteran coaches are all failing.
Well, shoot, I remember seeing something the other day that if we move on from Bud early, unfortunately, again, that Chauncey Billups would be a good call.
Chauncey Billups ain't going nowhere.
100%. Like, I think he's done a wonderful job in Portland. He's going to see that through.
They're doing great over there.
Shoot, I mean, even our old pal Aiton seems more inspired.
Yeah, he's gonna end up in Indiana for some reason.
You
I
think
think
so?
he's been trying to go to Indiana for a long time.
We just stopped him.
Yeah, and I'm sure they still want him.
How many
They're
years
weird.
left did he get? How many years left does he have on his deal?
I don't know,
They gotta
but
get.
the Blazers could trade him. They got a lot of trade assets. They could get a lot. They could get something crazy for Aiton and like Scoot Henderson or something.
Shoot, if they, I'm sorry, like if they move Aiton, you know where I would love to see him.
Phoenix.
No.
I mean, that's unrealistic, but he would be interesting playing with Cade Cunningham in Detroit.
I would love that. That'd be good.
At least Monty
That,
isn't the coach there anymore. That would
Yeah,
have
and
been
they've been
bad.
doing
and that's what
they've been
makes it
doing
work.
great. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's what makes that work because Detroit hasn't really had a dominant big man, and I feel like Cade and Da could play very well off one another, and it'd just be cool.
Yeah, if you just send him to the Pacers, put him with Miles Turner at the 4, Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam, and that's a dangerous team.
Honestly, I think that team can challenge the Celtics in the East.
It's pretty darn good right there. If I was the GM, I would definitely do that.
Shoot,
And
and
Indiana, I'll take half as much money as your current GM to do it right now. Come on, sign me up. But yeah, no. Going back to the Phoenix Suns, though, Bol, I'm proud of my guy. I believed in him from the very start. Never doubted him for a single second. Didn't think that I didn't say that getting more minutes wouldn't help the team. Never said that once in multiple podcasts. And I want to stand by my unwavering support of Bol from the beginning to the end.
the free Bol movement.
Yeah, and he's definitely trying to prove it too. Because remember, he only signed a 1-year deal with us. So just imagine, like in this scenario, like we do go off, and it's due to KD and Bobo, and teams like, wow, he's getting more minutes again. Bobo's balling up. Other teams are going to snag him for 2-3 years. He's gonna go bye bye.
I was gonna say in his last 10 games, he's averaged 13 points, and a lot of those 10 have been 20-point games.
Yeah.
I think Bobo likes being in Phoenix.
Oh, he really enjoyed. Brad Beal loves it in Phoenix. Phoenix is a very desirable place.
Yeah, but it can get horrible if the fans hate you.
That's true.
Bobo is loved by the fans too.
It's not desirable in the summertime.
That's for sure. I still rather live here than most other places, though.
I tell you what, dry heat's a lot better than humidity, my dude.
For sure. And snow. Any snow, y'all can. I'm cool. Now.
Dude, we just got rid of the snow.
Snow is whack, dude. You know who's on that playing like they're on that snow? Tyus Jones. He's playing like he did a whole block of snow and can't no longer function.
Yeah, that dude was too cocky in the beginning. He's not
Way
backing
too
up the
cocky
product.
in the beginning.
And what team is dumbassingly enough to take him away from us and sign him to bigger money?
Yeah, wow, it sounds amazing right now. But yeah, take him away. Booker could just play point guard and we'll be just fine. I'm not. I'm a Tyus Jones fan. I think adding him to the team was the right move, but he's not starting anymore, obviously. So what's the point of having him?
I mean, hopefully spark up something different. But so far, we've seen more wins somehow, someway with Tyus on the bench.
That's what I'm saying. So might as well
Yeah,
just ship him off for something, and then let Monte Morris be the number 2 point guard if he stays.
I don't want either though. That's the thing. I wasn't really content. I was like, yeah, we finally have a point guard, but like, I was excited about Tyus at first, but then he's been a flop.
I don't think
And I
Monte
wasn't.
Morris has gotten enough minutes to be like, well, we don't, you know, he hasn't gotten enough minutes to really be to be frowned upon. So
He won.
I'm not gonna hate on Monte Morris because he really hasn't gotten the time to prove himself. Tyus has gotten the time to prove himself.
Shoot,
See, I don't.
Monte Morris should have been playing a lot more.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
It's like, why haven't we brought in a guy like D'Lo or something?
I just think that we don't need someone with that big a name. It just
But
doesn't make sense with all the rest of the guys that we already have. Because D'Lo's gonna want to get his 15 to 20 points a game, and he not. We need people that are comfortable knowing that hey, Kevin Durant and Booker are gonna score 30, 40 points, and maybe Grayson Allen will go off for Royce O'Neal, but you, my friend, will not be going off every night.
was gonna say, like you mentioned, you have to have guys that are gonna be comfortable in that, maybe 15, 20 minutes a game, and within that, we just want you to fill your role, score maybe 5 to 10 points a game, fill a couple rebounds,
Play defense. We need
play.
PJ Tuckers. We need fucking, that type of player. Not actually PJ Tucker, but that archetype of, hey, I'm on the floor just to be a pest, and I don't really care about scoring. Like Draymond Green, I'm here to do whatever else that's here on the court except for score. We need more people that have more versatile games, like OG Ananobi's and Mikal Bridges, that can score, sure. But if they're not scoring, they're still figuring out how to
Oh
impact the
yeah,
game. You know?
we need an old school lockdown guy like freaking. Is it when you mentioned defensive specialists like Raja Bell, freaking
Yes.
Bruce Bowen.
Yes.
We
That
have that
doesn't
in
exist
done.
anymore.
We have that in done, but he's not being used.
Yeah, but I don't think
And you
there's
want to know? And you want to know a name? Speaking of defense, that I thought of the other day, I'm like, damn, I miss this dude. Uh, I forgot his first Tumari. I think his last name Tumari Kamara.
who?
Yeah.
Kamara, remember the guy Kamara we shipped off with the Ainton deal?
You
Yep.
talking about Tamari, yeah,
Yeah,
too
bro.
many
Like
buckets.
I was like, fuck, we should have never traded Tamari either. Kamara, because that
Too
dude's
many
playing so well in
buckets.
Portland.
Yeah, hey, I bet on that kid like often.
Do you
Man,
really?
that's
Yeah,
another
yeah.
thing that's been frustrating. How many guys that like should have played in Phoenix that ended up being shipped off elsewhere?
If they would have just believed in the people they drafted, it would be crazy.
Jones
It could
will
have been
Jones
some
will like the
Golden State
draft.
shit. It could
The
have been
Miami
some
Big Three
Golden State
days.
shit.
The Miami
Well,
Big 3 days fucking ruined that for James Jones, bro. He don't believe in the draft.
Yeah, well, he needs to start believing, or we need to replace him.
like just imagine if like the draft would have been played correctly, we could have had Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Tyrese Halliburton, Booker, and Ayton on the same team.
Right? That would be crazy. And at least if we keep too many Cameron and we keep Aiton, at least for the first year of KD's situation, I think we would have been so much better than we were.
Oh,
We don't have to keep Aiden long term, but we should have tried it out with KD. You know,
we lost the magic. Like yes, potentially like the KD trade itself shouldn't have happened, but that wasn't even the one that broke the back. The one that
no.
broke the back was shipping off CP3,
Yep.
Brad Beal.
If we would have tried CP3, Booker, Aiden, and KD, I think we would have won.
Yeah,
like,
running it back. We're destroying the Mavericks. We are destroying the Mavericks.
yeah, run it back, run it back. I want to reverse time to see what that team would have done.
But no,
Yeah.
we had to give up on it. Like, we literally sat through a decade of not making the playoffs to see the timeline through for like 3 fucking years. And then it got blown up.
You know what? That was our burden to bear for getting a better owner. It's like, okay, you want to switch owners? Well, everything that owner has done is going to be erased right away,
Yeah.
and you're not going to get to reap the benefits of it anymore. It's like, I would have just had them keep the team because we would never have gotten KD. Sarver's not going to pay all that money. He's just not going to do it. You know. It would have just never been done. We would have been trying to tough it out. We would have kept the draft picks. Too many Cameron. Aiden would be on the team still. And maybe they would have dealt Aiden just because the situation got difficult. And we would have gotten like Miles Turner or something and been way better off, and some draft picks from Indiana. But we can't do that now. We have to live in this horrible reality that Matt Ishbia has created for all of us with a smile on our faces wearing Kevin Durant jerseys when we don't know if he's going to be here next year. I love it.
Like every time I think of Matt Ishbia in recent tone, I wish. I mean, I know it's too premature, but the Vince McMahon voice when he's just telling everybody they're fired.
Yes. Good old Vince McMahon, that old freak.
Just some of the decision making. It's just like I get it. It was in good intent, but come in quiet. Don't come and blow everything up.
Oh shit! Even if he came in loud, don't blow everything up now. Like you should have chose. Okay, am I gonna get rid of Mikael Bridges and Cam, or am I gonna get rid of Chris Paul? No, I'm gonna get rid of all three of them. Like holy
Yeah,
cow!
No
It was
chance
just
in
like
too
hell that
much.
was gonna fucking happen.
Right, too much too soon. It's like all of a sudden Booker ended up being the only player from the finals team, like right away, which is like it just shocked me.
it was just wild because not only that, and people were messed up enough that Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges got traded for KD, but to trade Chris Paul, who just literally helped us get to the finals, we're gonna
Right.
ship him off to Washington for Brad Beal, who has probably played less games than Chris Paul has played playoff games.
Yeah, it is rough.
That's why we don't have any real legacy players. Like even Steve Nash, like didn't do the whole like I'm a Phoenix Suns for life deal. You know who
Yeah,
did? Nobody. Like who? Maybe Thunder Dan. I think Dan Marley's probably the only player that like really closed it out with us and was like, you know, came and started doing like stuff with the organization after he retired and stuff. Maybe I can't really think of anyone else that like was prominent with us after they retired. You know what I mean? Like Amari didn't come back and become a broadcaster or nothing. You know, nobody came back. Everybody was like, "Thanks, guys. It was fun." Sean Marion probably remembers himself as a Dallas Maverick because they won a chip, which just blows my mind. It makes me sick.
oh
Like,
yeah, like Marion, that should have happened here.
yeah, we always blow up the best teams for not no reason, but for dumb reasons.
It
Man,
was either the Spurs that would stop us back then, or Nemesis and the late great Kobe.
Yep.
That was the only reason why we wouldn't make it.
Or the referees when they decided to cheat us in that Spurs series, and there was literally a gambling scandal uncovered that forced the refs to call the game in San Antonio's favors. That was pretty messed up too. Why couldn't it be any other team but the Suns to have some crap like that happen to them?
man, but
Because
just
it's Arizona. Like literally
100%.
any league, like literally spun the wheel like 279 years ago, where the hell it was. And it's like, what team is going to be cursed, or what state's going to be cursed in every sport? And they literally
Right.
ended on Arizona.
It was like, all right, good, good. We like that. That makes sense. We'll curse Arizona sports.
Yeah, since BC times, dude.
It's like, well, they can get one sneaky one with the Diamondbacks, and then we'll just make all their irrelevant teams. Sorry, Mercury and Rattlers. We'll make all their irrelevant teams the goats.
Literally, literally.
It's like, what the hell, man?
And
What the
anytime
freak?
a team trades a player, they become an all-star and sign a long-term extension elsewhere.
Oh my
Literally.
god, so funny.
and
Should we
and
should we should we sneak the Diana Taurasi thing in here?
oh my gosh,
Yeah, she retired. The
we
goat.
oh yeah, she is definitely like the most decorated, probably female basketball player that I mean right now we can say ever, but who knows where with the trajectory of women's basketball, which Diana Taurasi did transcend.
Yeah. I'm pretty
Mhm.
I'm pretty comfortable saying Durant Taurasi will probably end up being the goat, just because it's hard to win championships no matter what sport you are in or whatever the situation may be. And it wasn't just Diana Taurasi; it was Brittany Griner and Sophie and a bunch of other girls that we had that were really really good. So yeah, I mean, congratulations to Diana on an awesome career. I remember when I was a kid growing up in group homes, there was this one group home staff that was always super obsessed with watching UConn women's basketball. And lo and behold, it was the GOAT herself, Diana Taurasi. I watched her win championships just because this random group home staff dude. And then I remember her getting taken by Phoenix. And I was like, yo, this is some full circle moment shit. So I always followed her career, and I always had some personal investment in Diana Taurasi. So I just want to congratulate her because, I mean, honestly, she made the Mercury, even though I called them irrelevant. I did not mean that. I'm just be fucking around. But shout out to her because, I mean, that's one of the most winningest teams in Phoenix history. And honestly, she's one of the most winningest athletes in Phoenix history. So got to respect that.
Yeah, I was gonna say her trophy collection is
Bizarre.
about unmatched.
And her
She's got.
resume as thick as a Harry Potter book.
Could you
Facts.
imagine? Yeah,
Facts. She got all the college accolades and all the. She probably got the high school joints too. She won. I think she won the college championship like literally every year she was there. You know what I mean? Like
I was
so,
gonna
and
say
then
if not for all four, at least three.
yeah, exactly for sure. And then she got a bunch in the W. So yeah, I'm sure she has
We got
nothing left to
another
do.
three with the Merc.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about just winning on that type of level your whole life.
But yeah, no, she's definitely the goat of the valley, or at least for women's sports.
Yeah, definitely. Even if you're not a fan of the WNBA, I mean, I personally don't know anything about the WNBA just as much as hockey, but like anytime the rare time somebody would like talk about the WNBA, my first thought would be Tarasi, and it has to be like anywhere around the world too, because she was obviously one of the obviously was and is the undisputed goats of the league, and now the torch seemed to be passed on to Caitlin Clark, so the league still seems to be in good hands. So I guess
It's
one thing I
nice.
remember, the only thing I remember, because back a quick story about the Mercury, I guess in middle school, like seventh, eighth grade, um, one of her teammates came to my class, like science classroom, and just randomly stopped by and was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" Like it was pretty dope. I think her name was like ironically also named Caitlin something. I don't remember, but like somebody asked her a question about Diana Taurasi, and the first thing that came out of her mouth from I remember was like extremely humble and one hell of an athlete. So yeah,
That's a
that's
nice
what I
story.
got for the Mercury.
Damn, she said that in front of kids. What a bad one. I was kidding. That's so funny. But
I
yeah,
think we were
no,
like
we
12,
love
barely
that.
13 at the time. We said worse shit. So
Oh yeah, yeah,
with our
yeah. I'm
parents
just
not
trolling.
around. So
Just trolling.
yeah.
But yeah, no, everybody in the valley loves her. Book, KD. She's definitely one of Phoenix's biggest celebrities, and she'll definitely be missed on the court.
For sure. She would definitely be missed. Um, yeah, so the Suns, man, the Suns are a great team, and we got to make the plan. We can't even make the playoffs regular anymore, so those dreams are dashed. But we'll see.
You
We'll
know who
see.
our opponent will more likely be though, and I'm already just like screw it, like fuck. OKC. If we do make the 10th seed, we still somehow win the play-in tournament. Like we play OKC right off the grid.
That'd be
So
crazy.
well, that's what it's gonna be, because the number one seed's gonna take or play the one of the teams that came out of that,
I would
and
rather
they're just gonna
play
be
a
there
tough
chilling.
series with OKC than miss the playoffs.
I was gonna say, and honestly, talent wise, if we actually play defense and we shut down SGA, we can take OKC.
Even I mean, you know how many fans though, even in our Facebook group page that were complaining about that he don't even want to see a one and done
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
last
that's
year.
true. I
So
mean,
it's like that's more than likely going to be a one and done if we play OKC. If we can't even beat these sorry ass mid 500 teams on a regular basis and even go on a 5 game win streak as it is, like what makes me think that we can handle OKC?
yeah, OKC might be a tough task. I mean, if this team can play consistently, then maybe they can beat them. But I wouldn't have us as a favorite in that matchup for sure. I wouldn't have us as a favorite right now, and just based on the way that their team is clicking versus the way our team is clicking, yeah.
Not only that, but it's like just even think about that. We need to at least string, like you said, Dylan, some wins together, and then potentially overtake Dallas and the Kings, which is still plausible. But we can't get down by 23 points because games like the other night we're not going to be able to come back from every single time.
And we shouldn't have to with Booker and Durant and the firepower that we possess. So.
I was going to say, even when he's healthy, Beal can freaking light it up.
Yep, we got 3 all-world scorers.
I was going to say, yeah, he's one of the best scorers in the league.
You guys want to know the last time we've won at least 3 games in a row?
November.
January 22nd through the 27th. It was against the Nets, the Wizards, and Clippers.
Jesus.
Dang.
That's the last time we've won 3 in a row.
Ironically, the Clippers are in that conversation again.
Yeah, literally. And guess what? We won by 2 points again for that 3rd one in a row. It's like we just barely beat the Clippers when it comes to last seconds that Aiton Valley Oop or just anytime we play them. Like they just always seem to barely lose to us.
The Clippers are good. I think though. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like you said, the Clippers are a good team. They got Kawhi playing, and he's not the Kawhi of old, but he's still very effective. And James Harden's back to the Houston James Harden level. And don't even get me started on Norman Powell.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was gonna say that you brought up Kawhi. That posture that he dunked on us was nasty, pretty nasty.
That's so funny. Good old Kawhi.
So, I mean, for us to even mount that comeback against them, at least it shows something that they're not completely giving up, and maybe it could spark something. Not saying it does, not saying it doesn't, but at least it gives us something it gives us hope for tomorrow.
Yeah, the last time we beat the Clippers, we were on a winning streak. Or the last time we were on a winning streak, we beat the Clippers. So maybe this time the Clippers will ignite the winning streak instead of end it off.
But they're saying we can very much beat the Nuggets. I don't doubt that one bit.
We can beat the Nuggets for sure.
I mean, Jokic is going to go off one way or another.
Yeah, we got to figure out a way to get it done. I don't know. We just can't. We can't keep losing games we're supposed to win, or games that are like we're supposed to be competitive, and we can't keep getting smacked.
Well, it's not even that. It's like when you have the lead, hold on to it. Don't freaking take your foot off the gas when you're up in the third quarter by 10, 12 points. You got to still keep. It's the NBA. You take your foot off the gas, you're gonna lose.
Well, you were saying, Frankie, when we play the Clippers and all that. Prior to this game, the last time you played the Clippers, when I was mentioning that 3-game winning streak, I was doing some math here. After that January 27th game, we lost 12 of our last 15 games.
Oh my lord.
Yep. So I don't know. Maybe it's a slim chance that will ignite something, but from what we've experienced this whole season and even the embarrassing playoffs last year, it's hard to be excited and hopeful.
See, like you
100%.
said, a lot of those games, that were in that losing streak or that bad metric were San Antonio without Wemby, freaking the Pelicans. One of our only wins was against the Bulls, and we barely won that.
Just bad losses and if it's possible, bad wins too.
But I mean, yeah,
winning
take them anywhere we can get them.
Yeah. And struggling to win games we should be blowing people out in is not cool.
But a team that is not depressing and that is predicted to do very well this year?
The White Sox.
I give up. That's funny.
The Razorbacks. I mean the
Big
Diamondbacks.
Big Suey. But yeah, the Diamondbacks.
What
Man,
about the Diamondbacks?
I think they're doing pretty well in spring training despite their slow start.
They've
I
won their
need to
last
see
4 or
better.
5, I think.
I need to see
That
better from them.
that and Corbin Burns definitely looks like the guy we paid for.
He better look like that during the season.
I was gonna say, and I mean, yes, it's only spring training, but it's very encouraging that he's pitched 5 innings, allowed 1 hit, and struck out 8.
The guy's an animal.
So after losing their first 3 games in spring, they've won. So 1, 2, 3. I just had it. 1, 2, 3. 5 of their last 7. And I guess I learned something new today. I guess you can tie in spring training. They tie with the Reds, 3-3.
Yeah, they don't really push it all the way because I mean, there's no point in going, overtime in a just a scrimmage basically.
But yeah, they have found a groove. But I wonder if they've been playing their starters more often though.
I don't know, but I tell you what, guys, like Corbin Carroll, with how slow of a start he had last year, or in the slump that he got into, he is
Yes,
knocking the cover off the ball so far.
he was practicing on a new form that I saw, and so far it's been working. But he did get a lower back injury though, which is kind of cautioning. But I would kind of take it easy with him and not play him as much, keep him healthy, because ain't gonna lie, he was one of the main reasons why we made it to that World Series run
Oh,
when he was
100%,
just
because
going off his rookie season.
we need that rookie of the year, Corbin Carroll, for us to get right back into that.
Yeah, definitely. But
But I
we
mean, what's really
still. Sorry, go ahead.
what's really encouraging is so far along with him, who he's batting 500 by the way, which is insane. You have Suarez that has 9 RBIs, and then you have our newest addition, Naylor, who's batting 421.
Good.
Sheesh.
Good. I've been telling everybody when talking about baseball of any sorts, like Josh Naylor, yeah, losing Christian Walker hurts for clubhouse reasons and all that. But one, he never showed up in the playoffs. Two, he was the main reasons why Cleveland came back last season and made it to the playoffs and this dude is easily capable of hitting you 30 home runs in 100 RBI seasons. And
100%.
on top of it, he's playing at Chase Field, and the amount of times that he's going to go to Coors Field too, where that ball flies, he can easily get you 100, even more than that.
Bro, our infield is nasty. Naylor at first, Marte at second, freaking Perdomo at short, freaking Suarez at third.
Our weak spot is first base, though. Naylor's not a defender.
And then you
So
and then you have our freaking outfield that is super, loaded too.
Angels in the outfield.
But offensively, I'm definitely not worried at all, and especially with the way Corbin Burns has looked so far, definitely not worried about him.
And I'm happy
Gallon,
that Corbin Carroll is using the new form that I taught him.
what's going on with Burns?
What do you mean?
Did you say Corbin Burns I didn't hear the last part what Frankie said.
I said he's looking good, and
Oh, okay. I thought he was struggling for some reason.
no, I was getting that Corbin is nothing we have to worry about, but it's kind of concerning that Gallon's kind of had a slow start.
Yeah, I did see that. Like he gave up. I was following like highlights because I was bored as shit. And that last start he made, what was it? Last Sunday, first inning home run. I'm like, Gallon, this is why you're number 2 now.
I mean, I think he's going to get that confidence back before the season begins, but you just want to
I don't
see
know.
him, especially in a contract year, come in and not lock it in like Corbin Burns has.
I've been worried about him since last year, man, and I'm gonna remain worried because he don't seem right. But I have faith in him. He can get back to snake belt Gallon.
And I mean, either way, if we have to shut him down for a minute, we do have a lot of depth that we can slide into our rotation.
He's got it. He's got it. I just talked to him on the phone. No, I'm just joking around, but no, I think he'll be good.
For
I think
you.
I think all the pitching around him will make him realize it's time to ante up and get it popping, as they would, as the scholars would say.
The bullpen race has been pretty interesting too. You got Puck and Martinez that have not allowed a single run and have been striking out a pretty high volume of batters. And then also encouraging, you got where was it? You got John Curtis, who was just a camp invite. He's throwing solid right now. He's only allowed one earned run. He's struck out 5 guys in 4 innings, and he's just competing for a spot.
Yeah, we could use some middle relief help. One thing that we still don't have a ninth inning guy, and we also don't have that one arm in our bullpen that can eat up at least 2 or 3 innings for us.
Right. That's what we need. That's what we really need. That guy that can come in right after the starting pitcher and take us into the 8th, 9th inning with no problem.
I would like to see and think seeing Fott or Nelson get that spot and not Montgomery. Maybe have Montgomery be that guy that can throw you 2, 3 innings, maybe an extra innings.
I
Maybe
would say
transition to the
Puck for
bullpen
the
can.
7th or 8th.
Yeah, maybe transitioning to the bullpen can help him. I don't know, but that's the only thing I can think of. Have Montgomery transition to the bullpen and eat up a couple innings for us, but it doesn't solve the solution to the 9th inning.
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that honestly, Torrey would use a 6-man rotation at times, so Montgomery would get a spot start here and there.
I don't mind that, as long as he doesn't suck.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What do you guys think the closing situation is going to come down to? Are we going to go out and get somebody before the season starts? Or are we going to go with somebody that's already in, like Martinez or Puck or John Curtis guy, like I just mentioned?
It'll be somebody on the roster.
I don't have a name for you because I don't want any of them. We missed
I'll tell
out
you what,
on
though, we
Ryan
know.
Helsley. And
Remember when I mentioned that they brought Miguel back for a camp invite?
Mm-hmm.
He's getting shelled. So
Oh, that's what we knew, he was going to get shelled.
wait, who's getting shelled?
Scott Miguel.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't even know why the fuck we gave him another chance.
Yeah, we knew he was going to get torn back. Why? Everybody wasn't. Anybody that saw it and knew who he was like, why are we doing this?
Sorry, Scott. We know you're definitely not a fan.
Yeah, we're not a fan either, buddy. Sorry.
Bro, how the heck you gonna have a 41-year-old Fernando Rodney do better? And that dude was
Shoot.
shaky as it was too.
Oh, that's good. But yeah, no, I'm very excited for opening day.
I am too, for betting purposes.
I'm dead.
What did you say?
I said for betting purposes.
Oh my god.
Listen, bro, them Nerfies are gonna cash this season.
Dude. I'm just
Vegas don't want me around for the Nerfies.
Nope, I'm getting on the train. I'm telling them we're gonna be rich.
Yo.
Woo, boys, we're gonna make it to Vegas this year.
Hey, just like our podcast to the moon.
Yes, sir.
Love it. But no, seriously, I'm super hyped about the season. Definitely super hyped because I get to catch a couple games with my kid and my lovely wife this year. Because they're coming to Detroit, and my son has never been to a pro game before, so
I'm gonna start him off right.
it's gonna be awesome. And then hopefully, if I'm lucky enough, I'll run into somebody, get to take a picture or something. But at least just being there will be cool. Taking the ballpark. Detroit has a very nice facility.
They do.
I love that. That's great. So if you love family moments like that, I'm sure you do. Then tune in more to the podcast. And if you love what you're listening to and seeing, we do have all the ways you can connect with us in the description below. Um, yeah, you guys got anything else?
Just say,
Yeah,
just
speaking of family.
yeah, Dylan, go with it.
Yeah, speaking of family, if you're already subscribed, tell your other family members to subscribe. We're at 43 right now. Super
Seven
Dude,
more.
close.
the
7
moment,
away
the
from finally
moment.
going live on YouTube. So if you guys can be clutch and do us a favor, like Damien said, if you guys like what you see, thumb up the videos and subscribe. So close.
Not only that, was like just engage with us, comment, etc. Find our socials. Poke fun with us, joke with us, etc. Next week we will have merch to sample. That's exciting.
And we're gonna have a new segment, or not a new segment, but a very cool segment next week too.
Yes,
So
yes.
us three are gonna have our own mock drafts,
Who
and
knows?
free agency is gonna start next week for the NFL and for the Cardinals, and we're gonna have us three are gonna have our own mock drafts and kind
Maybe
of
we can
show and
move to
explain.
YouTube. And
Huh?
maybe we can move to YouTube to do the mock drafts.
Live.
If we get
Yeah,
7 more subs in between now and then, we can go
yeah.
live.
So
7 days challenge.
you guys get to kind of see the brains and all that behind us three and how the team would look after the draft. So
Not only that, but it's just like with free agency right around the corner, getting those boards built, and the fact that we're already a favorite landing spot for Josh Sweat and potentially Bosa. So that's exciting.
oh, I'll leave it on a cliffhanger. I don't want Sweat. I want Darius Slay, and I can explain that next week. So
Ooh, stay tuned for that one.
Right? Stay tuned.
But as usual, thank you for the support, everybody. The 43, stay with us. We're only going even higher. Very pun intended. But yes, see y'all next week. Appreciate and love the support. Love y'all.
later, guys.